There are three key Senate races that are going to determine which party controls the US Senate after the midterms this November. Today, we'll be going over the three most likely to flip from red to blue. We'll get started with the first state that's the most likely, that being North Carolina. This seat, the Republican incumbent senator is actually retiring, so neither party has incumbency advantage. Democrats have a great candidate in Roy Cooper. As you can see here, according to the betting markets, he has over 80% lead in the betting market average polling, with the Republicans sitting at about 15%, and that will be the first flip that Democrats are favored to win in. That will result in a seat flipping from red to blue. There's going to be a couple other interesting Senate races to keep an eye on. If Republicans are going to gain a seat, I think it would probably come with the state of Michigan. I've said that for a while now in most of my predictions. This state, as you can see here, it's about 30%, so Democrats are certainly still favored, but definitely a possibility for the Republicans. I don't think it's the most likely situation at the moment, but I think if a seat were to go from blue to red, it would be that one. And then as far as other states that flip, other states that are predicted to flip, I think the next closest one is going to be the state of Alaska. This one, the Democrat, Mario Peltola, is sitting at about 60% chance of winning the Senate seat there in Alaska. So that's going to be the call there. She, like I said, 60%. This will be a flip from red to blue. Dan Sullivan, I think is his name, the Republican incumbent senator, is up for re-election, and the Democrats have a great candidate, Mary Peltola. She's former U.S. Congresswoman from the state, and because Alaska has a small population, the entire state is a House district, just like the entire state votes for the senator, for the Senate races, as well as a gubernatorial and whatnot. So that's going to be the call there in Alaska, second most likely state to flip from red to blue. And then there are a couple holds for the Democrats. The Democrats, Georgia, are looking really good. Interestingly enough, though, Democrats are actually looking better in North Carolina than in Georgia. And North Carolina would be a flip from red to blue. So that should be a good sign for Democrats. And then it looks like the state here that is the third most likely to flip, that being the state of Ohio. Now, I've generally called this state for the Democrat, Sherrod Brown, in the election predictions. It should be important to note, however, that on the Senate-wide at large, Republicans still have the edge of winning back the Senate. It'll be interesting to see if that change. But as far as the specific races go, as far as the really competitive ones, and I ultimately do believe that Ohio will be the state to decide which party controls the Senate. That can be the Democrats' much needed 51st seat. And Sherrod Brown, he is a strong candidate. He's actually was a senator from Ohio 2 years ago. He just lost his reelection bids. Now he's running for the other Senate seat in Ohio. He's got some pretty strong populist working class appeal that plays well in Ohio. Ultimately not well enough last time around to lead him to reelection, but now is definitely a more favorable environment for Democrats on the national level, and I think that that will be significantly helpful in his chances. So if those three seats flip, as well as the other states that are largely predicted to go blue, that Democrats are defending territory in already, if that happens, then it will be a flipped Senate. Be interesting to see what happens. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.